Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Alex again. Anyway, so we're going to talk about a couple of things right now. First of all, if I'm being misled and that my supervisors or that my loved ones are not coming, and I mean actual loved ones, not people that I was raised with, I mean people that actually care about me, who is more pathetic? The people who lie to me, or me for believing that I'm cared about? And for having good faith in that the people who've trained me and that have cared about me all this time actually care in return. Okay? Second of all, why should I be concerned about what people who do not interact with me, who see nothing of my life, and have shown repeated lack of care or understanding of my life time and time again, and I have no contact with, have any say about my life whatsoever? I don't consent to anybody. Of course, I'm a public person, but I don't consent to being pathologized by people who have the most to lose by my honesty and by my career. Now, when you're listening to people talk about me, ask them first, when was the last time you actually spoke to this person? When was the last time you actually spoke to me? When was the last time they actually spoke to me? And what is their motivation? It's one thing if they're a loved one that I care about and I've stated that I care about or that I've tried to contact or that sort of thing, but if you're literally somebody from my past that I have stated I want no desire to have interaction with, or you've stated that you want nothing to do with my intelligence, career, or life, then back off. Third of all, the country's going to shit. Okay? Our report system is not working very well. We're lucky if we get a couple of minutes each day. I have technology that lets me know when the system is available, but it's only for a couple of minutes. Okay? I have to rely on other means, for the most part, so do the rest of you. Understand this. If our back-end intelligence systems are collapsing, then understand that you don't have that much more time to travel across the country without there being delays. You know, if there are systems that the entire world relies upon for international reporting that are being shut down, sandboxed, isolated, and unable to process basic commands or basic communication, foster basic communication between supervisors and officers, then other forms of communication are, of course, also going to be interrupted. You know, when people don't pick up the phone on the other side, we've discovered flat out here in North Dakota that you can have your number mutually blocked with one of your closest friends and them not know it, and you not know it. It just doesn't go through. And you can try and call the telecommunications company directly or what have you, with limited or mixed results. You know, there is such a thing as secret blacklist on phones, that sort of thing. The best, most reliable way of remaining in contact with people is in person. Now, if you're trying to put off a move to go and live with your, mother in, Michigan, or you have friends all the way out in Missouri or something like that, and you're surrounded by nothing but assholes, now is the time to really consider leaving. Okay? The best way to get through any crisis is with a community. If you've ever made an apocalypse plan with a bunch of people, now's the time to really consider it. Now, my exile up here in Mendak, Minnesota, North Dakota, under 2 military bases in a city that's only accessible by, I think it's like maybe 2-3 highways that are heavily monitored by multiple police of 3 states, what has become my exile has become my fortress. So those of you who are intelligence sensitive or, high profile, that sort of thing, you might be better off in the fortress than you might be in the woods. It depends on who's hunting you. Obviously, I've done pretty well out here, for the most part. I'm lonely, but that's a given. But hopefully, inshallah, I haven't been lied to this time, and that hopefully, my loved ones are on the way. And then for the third guy in Pennsylvania who's wondering whether he should leave or not, dude, how much of a good time are you really having in the greater Philadelphia area right now? And how much time are you spending with our operations versus your quote-unquote day-to-day real life? You can plant a garden up here. There are Amish people up here, okay? There are prisons, there are schools. You can probably get an immediate job as a substitute teacher, okay? So, my friends tend to be officers with teaching degrees, okay? And, well, intelligence histories. Even if we can't contact each other directly right now, that doesn't mean I don't care. Now, for the other people who I don't care about, or who have made yourselves an obstruction to my life, I ask you to go and care about your own lives. Alright? I'm doing just fine. I'm just cleaning my apartment today. It's a little messy from this little plant here. Al Pacino. Psst, psst, psst. And there. You can see the guilty one. Anyway. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Auf Wiedersehen. Khoda Hafez. And may Allah be with us. So always lead us to a straight pathway and keep us from being deceived by asshole people who think that it is more fun to gamify life than it is to allow people their rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, especially if they are United States citizens. I mean...